you can listen to this practice wherever it is that you find yourself today. You can be sitting down, you can be laying down, or you can even be stretching and doing things if that's what you got to do. And hopefully wherever you're at when you listen, this will still be helpful to you in some way, shape, or form. So if you would prefer to listen to this in a still position, you can just let now be the time where you let yourself fidget and adjust, stretch, move your body in whatever ways your body wants to move. As you really do your best to not think about these movements at all or worry about what anything looks like, but allowing yourself to step into your sense of feeling as you trust and follow those yummy sensations that you might feel when you roll out the neck, the shoulders, the spine, maybe the hands and the wrists, the feet and the ankles. Just trusting your own instincts when it comes to movement and letting your body move you in the ways that intuitively feel good in your own bones, muscles, and joints. And if what feels best at any time is stillness, then honoring that need for stillness whenever that feels like what you need. And there's also no rush whatsoever. You can continue to move even throughout this practice whenever you have the need to. But if you would prefer to listen to this in a still position, and if you'd like to dedicate yourself to a still position for this practice, if you haven't already, then you may do so. And if you're in a space where you feel safe and would like to, you can allow your eyes to gently close at any time if they aren't already. As you take this moment now to first make note of where you're starting today. Make note of any resting expression that you feel on the face. Make note of any emotions that this expression may communicate. Feeling where any tension is lingering or gathering in the muscles of the face or anywhere all throughout the body. And checking in with your natural breath right now. Just making note of your own breath. Making note of what the rhythm, what the depth of your own breath is right now. And as you are just checking in and noticing, you can also notice if there are any opinions popping up about what you are finding as you check in. You can notice if the mind is judging your findings, if you are being maybe a bit harsh on yourself today. Or maybe if you feel rather calm and gentle with yourself today. Just making note of how you are starting your practice right now, just for yourself. And then as you are ready, you can begin to consciously draw more air into your body. And just expand your inhale a little bit more than your typical inhale. So when your body naturally would stop inhaling, just seeing if you can open up, expand your lower belly a little bit more, or maybe the back of your rib cage a little bit more, to take in one more sip of air. And then when you would naturally roll over to your exhale, seeing if you can hold off on that for one extra moment as you stay and experience what it feels like to be full of air right now. And as you need to, letting all of that go. Exhaling bit by bit as you gently pull the navel in toward the spine at the bottom of your exhale to push any last bit of stagnant air out of you as you again pause here and stay for an extra moment and experience the sense of emptiness in the body, allowing your next breath to come as it's needed. And allowing yourself to continue to breathe in this slow, intentional, and exaggerated way for as long as it feels good and helpful to you. Just knowing that there is no need to worry about the actual length of your inhales and exhales and the pauses on either side. But we're simply letting each of the 4 parts of your breath be exaggerated, whatever that means for you right now, which will always be a little bit different. So honoring where you are today, not where you were yesterday or where you hope to be tomorrow. But allowing yourself to truly show up for you exactly as you already are. And you can continue to breathe in this slow and exaggerated way for as long as it feels good and helpful to you. Just knowing that there is no rush whatsoever. You can continue to breathe in this intentional and slow, exaggerated way for as long as it feels good and helpful to you. Since by slowing down our breath intentionally, we are automatically communicating to our nervous system, to our cells on a deep level, that now is a time to relax and to let go, to slow down. And at any point, if you haven't already, you may release this guidance over your breath altogether and allow yourself to feel like you're almost stepping back and up in your mind and into the role of the observer, into the role of the witness. Shifting into the perspective where you are no longer guiding or controlling the rhythm or depth of your own breath, but you are simply watching as your own body breathes you, just as it does every single night, even in your deepest state of sleep. Your body functions perfectly enough to keep you alive every single moment of your life up to this point. And so just seeing if you can take this moment now to recognize that gift, the true gift of life that we have all been given here. The gift that is this body, and the gift that is the air we breathe, and the sun that shines down, the grass that grows, the rain that falls, the waves that come and go. Just reminding yourself just how lucky we all are to be here. Even when life is so hard and painful, even when life hurts, life is a beautiful thing. And we would not know or feel the true greatness of life's joys if we did not also know and feel the true depths of life's lows that will come and go, just like everything else. And so if you are feeling rather low right now, if you are considering yourself to be not feeling good or in a bad phase, you can just take a moment to exhale into exactly where you are. Whether you call it a bad phase or a bad feeling, but just seeing if you can, even if it's only for a moment, if you can allow yourself to feel it, to be in that bad place, to experience those negative feelings without so much resistance, without that extra layer of judgments and expectations that we all put on ourselves. All of those voices that when you are feeling down and bad, those voices inside of you that kind of pile on top and say things like, well, maybe I should be feeling better, or I shouldn't be feeling bad, or I should be more motivated. I should be anything other than what I am right now. And so just knowing that if you catch one of these should statements in the mind, you can allow that word in and of itself to be a cue to simply investigate further and question, because maybe whatever you are feeling right now is exactly what you should be feeling, even if what you are feeling is what you would call bad, painful, or negative. Because bad, painful, negative things are just as much a part of life and the human experience as loving, joyful, and wonderful things. So you do not need to pile on top of yourself for already feeling bad. You do not need to make yourself feel worse when you are feeling bad, or blame yourself for feeling bad. You have the option to exhale fully and deeply into those bad feelings, to let go of that heavy layer of resistance, which when we are feeling bad is oftentimes the only thing in our control, is our response to our bad feelings. And I have found oftentimes for myself, when I am in deep pain, physical pain or emotional pain, psychological, spiritual, whatever form of pain it comes in on that day, it can be a great relief to let myself be in pain, to allow myself to cry, to release whatever needs to be released from my body, screaming into a pillow, running around, jumping around, shaking out my whole body. And just letting yourself experience the full range of the human experience. Because being human is not just about feeling bliss all of the time. And you are not failing at life if you are not feeling bliss all of the time. You are succeeding at life simply because you are alive. And the fact that you are alive right now is the proof that you are worthy of being alive right now. And you do not need to do anything to earn your worthiness of this life. But we can instead do things from this infinite source of love that we have our own direct line of connection to in our own hearts and through our own bodies. And just being so kind and patient with yourself as you wax and wane in all of life's joys and inspirations. Because just like the moon, you will not be full and whole and bright and able to shine light for others in the darkness all of the time. We don't expect the moon to be full all of the time. And so we should not expect ourselves or each other to be one way all of the time. We can allow ourselves and each other to move through seasons and phases with grace and as much ease as possible, just like we allow everything else in nature to do so. And so you can continue to feel all that is here for you to feel. And continue to soften your body into all that it is you are feeling. as you listen to the following words that were written by Yung Pueblo in his book, Inward. And you can allow whatever feels like it resonates with you to soak in deeper and not worrying about the rest. With self-love, we have the determination and courage to move deeply inward, using honesty as our guide. This inward movement transforms our being, dramatically enhancing our awareness of who we are, our understanding of the universe, and our capabilities as individuals. A beautiful result of this process is that our new sense of compassion toward ourselves does not end with us. It blossoms and flows outward into the lives of others and has the capacity, if consistently cultivated, to encompass all beings. This growing compassion becomes the centerpiece and active component of a love that knows no limits. Unconditional love for ourselves and others completely respects our sovereignty as individuals and honors our power by no longer allowing ourselves to be harmed by anyone. This limitless love allows us to give new grace and clarity that help us see ourselves in all other beings and better understand where they are coming from. It gives us the strength to treat all with kindness and support, all in living lives in which they are no longer harmed. Unconditional love can bring balance to our world. The clarity it produces can help us better understand the roots of harm and work to eliminate them, so that all can have the external freedom needed to work on their own internal liberation. The greed and reactiveness that causes harm can be replaced with love as the primary motivator and responses of kindness as our principal form of action. To create this shift in our world, many will have to heal themselves deeply by doing their inner work, releasing burdens within themselves and creating enough space so that their own self-love can breathe deeply and expand into unconditional love. As more expand into this field of greater egolessness, the world will shift with us and be significantly relieved of the greed that sits at the center of the imbalance we currently experience. Our love as a humanity does not need to be perfectly unconditional to change the world. Every time our collective love grows, it creates a better future. Peace makes you strong. Hate reveals your emptiness, and kindness feeds your happiness. Anger reveals your fear, and love makes you free. So you can just take the next few moments to allow every single word that you've heard today and every feeling that you have felt today to settle within you. Imagining that every word and feeling is just a little speck of glitter within this big snow globe of your own body. And now is the time where we set you down. Let the glitter settle to the bottom and let the air clear. as you take this moment to just reinforce a deep sense of trust with yourself, with your own instincts, and with your own intuition. As you trust that anything at all you heard today or felt today that resonated with you in some way, just trusting that that feeling can sometimes come when we hear on the outside what a part of ourselves already knows to be true on the inside. And so just allowing these deep truths to be enhanced within you so that you feel a little bit more confidence to act on your own intuition and to trust your own instincts. And so if it feels like something you would like to do today, you can just let your hands come and find each other in a prayer position toward heart center. So you just feel this contact of your palms and fingertips to one another, and you let your heart lift toward your thumbs as your thumbs press back toward your heart. As you just feel all of this power generated through you, the steady rhythm of your own heartbeat. And calling in one final deep and full breath of air into the body, filling up the most you have today. And as you exhale, letting go of anything at all you are ready to let go of, as you allow the head to gently bow. As you take this moment to bow to the source of energy that allows all of our hearts to beat, whatever you believe that to be. And bowing to everyone else in this space who has listened and completed this practice right alongside you. And finally, bowing to yourself for choosing to show up today and taking the time out of your busy life for this pure act of self-love and self-care. And may this act continue to heal you through the rest of your days and nights. And may you bring the same love and understanding to everything you do and to everyone that you see. Thank you, thank you, thank you.